Chi Vital, and I am back with our final full moon of 2020 ritual and preparation. So, I'd like to wait for you all to get in here in our chat so I can go over, you know, this beautiful, emotional, but great time that we're having, and just a culmination of things that have been faced. All right, I want to be able to have a nice heart to heart with you before we all close out our 2020. You know what I'm saying? So if you can hear me clearly and you can see me clearly, please put some ones in the chat and let me know that we are clear and ready to go. Okay? As y'all know, I'm pulling up the other page so that I can chat with you all. Do I sound a little muffled? Oh, really?
I don't want you to sound muffled at all. I shouldn't though.
Let me see. Don't be laughing at me, y'all. Yes, I just beatboxed. Let me see it. I sound better now? You know what? These devices have their own minds. They're like, oh, you got a device, use it. I don't really want to use it, but I will. I will. All right, cool. So let's chit chat for a minute. All right, just for a minute, because I want y'all to get warmed up. I want you to be comfy. I want you to feel comfortable. I want you to feel at home. You know, I want you to feel at ease. I want you to feel like a warm blanket is being put over you and you feel safe to actually lay in these ethereal arms and spill it out, all of the emotional things that you've had to face this year because you had so much time to be in smaller numbers or even by yourself to face some of the hurts, to face some of the fears, the guilts, the shames that you've experienced, not only through your own life, not through just through your own doing, but even you're recognizing what you have carried so long for all of the people who came before you, because we're not just doing this work for this present moment, but we are healing, clearing, and changing things for those who came before us. And so when I say all of these words about feeling comfortable, feeling nurtured, feeling at home, we've got this full moon in Cancer, and that means that there's going to be a lot of emotions, there's going to be a lot of energy around the home, the comforts of that. Your foundation, your stability, the mother, okay? Where you can rest your head. During that time, although the full moon heightens the energy, right? It's still going to be calling for a certain level of stillness. Just a stillness, because as things arise and you review this 2020, not just in the moment, right? I want you to at least spend some time reviewing before you get to this point, because when the energy gets more intense, you want to be able to remember all of the tools, all of the actions, that help you to stay grounded. Okay? The reason why you needed the groundedness is so that you wouldn't fly and run away from what you were about to face, but that you were able to stand in it and feel and find the wisdom in the tears, in the experience, in the arguments, in the being petty, in the being the person who was being petty, in the person who was dealing with the petty. The wisdom in all of those experiences, I want you to find yourself in that equilibrium of, I had to go through these things because I had some really deep wounds to heal. And some of these wounds, believe it or not, do not ever heal 100%. But the scars that they leave help you remember how to be in the future. So when you have a scar, and it's just a fact, when you have a scar there, that skin is not the same. The wound is not healed in the sense of it's brand new and or like the wound that caused the scarring is gone. The scar is there, but now how do you get to look at that scar and be reminded in such a way that it's wisdom that speaks to you and not pain over and over and over and over and over and over? There's a difference. Because if we continue to experience pain every time we see the scars in our lives, then we find ourselves stagnant, sometimes even paranoid, because we want to run away from ever having another scar like that created. Or we remember just how we got that scar as opposed to how did I navigate? What have I learned about this scar and how beautiful is it? Sometimes you got to stand up and fight somebody who has a stick or something and you raised your hand and that's how you caught the scar. You caught it because you stood up. You had to put the block up. Some people think, oh, if I learn how to block, I'll never get hit. No, you learn how to block so you know how to get hit. Does that make sense? A lot of the emotions that are going to come up for you and the way you respond to them are also going to bring back the subject of what makes you feel free. A lot of this year, the work that has been given to you has been for you to discover what makes you free. In what state of being do you feel the most free? In what state of being, when you witness it on others, do you identify it as being free? And you have to know now what that means for yourself. Even understanding how someone else's freedom is different for you than it is for them. Some of you may see someone being free in the sense of being unreserved in a sexual energy, being here, being there. Someone else might see it as, oh, they're flighty. They're being here, they're being there, they're being childish, they're being immature with their energy. But at the end of the day, anything that gets you caught up in judging somebody else and how they move restricts your own movement. So see what makes you feel free. When I posted in the group yesterday for Pujajakalia, self-determination, I shared a picture that I took during the summer in the midst of feeling deep, deep pain around love. Things that had me feeling disillusioned. Things that felt like I was failing. Things that felt like I wasn't experiencing what I'm helping others to experience. And I shared that moment knowing I took the picture then to document what I was going through. Because when the tears dry and life moves on and there's laughter and all of that, the next time there's an emotion, it's very easy to forget that there are highs and there are lows. And just because you're in a moment that feels like a low does not mean that you're not going to get to the other side of it. In the same way, while you're experiencing extreme highs, the number one thing is not to get so wrapped up in that high that you lose sight of what's ahead of you, because we're still learning how to live outside of the laws that govern this realm, okay, as a collective. So in this realm, we have these ebbs and these flows. We have these highs that will be met by certain lows. And for those of you who have done extreme, like expansive work, either you've done a sacred ceremony or you've been doing one-on-ones, healing sessions where like you just get a lot of gasoline pushed into you. One of the biggest things is that when you have those breakthroughs, it's integration, so that where that complementary low might be coming in, you kind of ride it a little higher than where it would have fell. Okay? And the reason I'm taking you into this portion of understanding the highs and the lows is because we're moving into New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. It's the end of the year. Everyone is getting a little antsy. They're talking about, you know, the virus numbers are going up, and now they want to lock down again. And so the energy is just kind of like, I'm probably getting into a new year. We don't really know what to expect, but I feel good. Things have been working out for me. Like, I got this flow going. I want to just go hard. You want to go hard and still have some foresight that you don't want to crash. You don't want to burn. Okay? Um, I want you to be aware of whatever it is that brought you any sadness during this year, any disappointment at all. We're going to do a final ritual that's going to cover the basis of the energy of the full moon that's carrying us out of this 2020. Okay, and the full moon, as most of you know by now, is a great time to release. Okay, it's a great time to release energy. And so while you all have this very strong Sri Yantra energy popping, all right, I want you all to write on, I'm going to start now. What minute is it? 14:09 ritual prep. I want you to write on a sheet of paper all of those things that either brought disappointment, sadness, had you feeling confused. Okay? Write that down on one sheet of paper. Okay? Then on a fresh sheet of paper, I want you to print out a Sri Yantra. All right? I want you to dump first. I want you to dump first. It's very important for this. Dump first. Then you're going to have this fresh sheet for your Sri Yantra. So from tonight, if you want to, um, but tomorrow, definitely, the 29th, the 30th to the 31st, I want you to take that sheet of paper and I want you to put a black candle on top of it. Okay? Someone can write this in the chat so that whoever is watching this can screenshot it and you can share it later. Oh, thank you, Jiggaze. As compliments of Baby Faye, she chose the lip color for today. She said, go with the purple, Mom. I want you to wear that. So I said, okay, I will. um, so yeah. Um, y'all have your list, a black candle. Now there's 2 stones that I'm interested in you having. If you don't have them already, you should have them in your arsenal. So, and they can purify themselves, so you can continue to use them over and over. All right? The 2 that I want you to work with are selenite and smoky quartz. Because all of those things, those negative emotions, or rather those energies that kind of had you sinking and feeling grief or whatever the case may be, that's more of a womp womp energy. They are great for cleansing and for removing negative energy and for transmutation. Okay? This is your final full moon for 2020. So you do not want to waste the energy that is coming through to help you like really take care of your waters. Okay? I also want you to get some black obsidian. Black obsidian is going to help bring up those things that you were feeling, whatever you're paranoid about, whatever little monsters are in your mind. Okay? And you're going to sit with the black obsidian to write. Just dump it. Okay? Correct, Akila. Just dump it on that piece of paper. Dump it on that piece of sheet. That was corny, but y'all liked it. I know y'all liked it. Dump all those things on that piece of sheet. Okay? Then, oh, another thing. Things that made you feel embarrassed. Things that made you feel embarrassed. Because the things we don't want to share are things that we feel will embarrass us. And why do we feel embarrassed? Mostly because we either are doing something or being something that we are under the impression that other people do not expect of us. And so, like, whether it's people expect us to have the most perfect financial situation and we ran into financial hardship, that can be embarrassing, especially if you are used to being like Mr. or Mrs. I got it. That can be embarrassing. You should write that down. Okay? Because for any of you who did face that this year, and when you got through it, or you found yourself being able to trust someone enough to share with them what you're actually going through, I promise you felt way more free. When someone was like, I bet so, like, this is what we need to do, or this is probably a good look, or you definitely need to just change up this behavior. And you realize, like, oh, they didn't think that I just suddenly became a roach. They still value me. What a breath of fresh air. Why the hell was I holding myself back? Okay? From getting the help. Okay? You're placing a black candle on top of your list. Okay? A lot of that embarrassment prevents us. Okay? I feel most free when I don't care. And I just be like, let me just let it out. But understand that it ain't no little rose walk. Okay? Um, let's see. Now, on the 30th, my birthday. On my birthday, December 30th, not only will I have a beautiful gift for you, because it's my birthday, so I'm gonna be giving something, right? Um, I want you all to have a white candle. All right, have a white candle. Okay. Um, you're going to take that Sri Yantra, your fresh one, and you're going to use the flame, okay, of your black candle. Your black candle should still be going because you're gonna light it tomorrow into the 30th. Okay, you're gonna use your black candle to light your list on fire. So you may need to go outside for this. Don't set your house on fire. And then you're going to write all of those things that bring you joy that you would like. So you have to be clear, okay? Be clear, be in a positive energy, okay? You no longer need the black obsidian for the 30th. You still can use the smoky quartz and the selenite. Boom, bat. Boom, bat. You're going to write what you desire inside of your Sri Yantra, but this is how I want you to write it, okay? I want you to write it from the center, okay, out, okay? And then you're going to write it from the outside in. Now, you don't have to be able to legibly understand it when you're writing it, but you're going to keep it inside of your Sri Yantra, okay? You're going to place your white candle by your Sri Yantra and your bowl of water with that Sri Yantra. And when that candle goes out on its own into the new year, you would just take that water, you give it some ashe, and you're going to pour it out into your front step and ask the new year to bring that in. Now, listen, that's it. Y'all got that? Y'all see these instructions inside the chat? You better screenshot it now. It's all cool and fun until you get the instructions in the cult college. So here we go, right? Y'all got those instructions. Now for the special people who are going to be on the extra turn up, right? Those of you who have received your solar eclipse bath, ritual bath, you will do your bath, yes, starting tomorrow. And you have instructions in your bag of how to move forward, okay? Put the bowl of water out as soon as the candle goes out. If you ordered yourself a solar eclipse ritual bath while they were available, it's perfect time. Okay? Now, if for whatever reason I'll show y'all a picture the post office gave me. They were like, your packages are going to possibly be late. Here's our notice. Okay, so I was glad that some people already got their stuff. Um, if it didn't come yet, you still have instructions to follow that you can do. It has the days that you're supposed to do it, everything. So don't worry yourself. Okay? Because a ritual alone is powerful. All right? Um, any other questions? I don't know. The post office, they know they televised one of those huge accidents. So they're probably like, oh, let's use that. And then we can definitely take our sweet ass time. So, sorry, guys. But it is what it is. Any other questions? United slow people. Slow. Okay. Start tomorrow instead of Monday today. Yeah, so Cheryl, yes, you can start with tomorrow because you have the moon. You can. I like how Jiggy's talking about we could have our own mail service. I mean, if we could keep our little fingers off of each other's packages, why not? We would have to start with the small businesses uniting. We can do it. I think so. Uber and Lyft got their thing started. You can do it. Like you got DoorDash, you start a carrier service. But enough of giving out ideas. If somebody wants to actually move with it. Okay? All right. So I will talk with y'all later. I gotta prepare for I'm going to be doing a Shiva Sri Yantra meditation later on tonight, 11:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all already know. T brought in the Shakti maintenance meditation. I'm gonna bring in the Shiva maintenance meditation. Okay, so I'll catch up with y'all. Peace, love, and blessings to my darlings. And thank you, Akila. All right.